is awake when this candle's burning. Them Creole babies, thin and brown and downright lazy, and they run just like a river. A little wave will last forever. All the way from Bourbon Street to Esplanade, they sashay by, they sashay by.
Hey guys, welcome to Southern Girl Knits, episode 59, I believe. I'm Tish, I'm your host. It is so good to have you back, or if you're joining me for the first time, welcome and thanks. Thanks for joining us. So, y'all, it has been a crazy couple of weeks. I had every intention of recording last week, but it rained so much, so much. I really thought we were all just going to float away. It was crazy. It rained so much they actually had to cancel school. Not once, but twice. Yeah, that crazy, right? But on the upside of that, I got a lot of knitting done. Like, a lot. I'm really excited. So yes, I've had kids home. In fact, we actually had a day canceled because of the flu. Flu is terrible this year, right? Oh my gosh. So they actually had to cancel school one day because there were so many teachers and students out that it's just crazy. It's just crazy pants. And then right after that, rainpocalypse. So yeah. Luckily, we have avoided the flu here. So knock on wood. Yeah. Not fun times. If you've had the flu, your kids have the flu, then bless your heart. I am so sorry because that's miserable. But happier things. Tons of things knitted. So happy. And, okay, I need to go ahead and apologize to my husband, my wonderful, wonderful husband, who, yes, if y'all are curious, does watch my podcast. I don't know why, but I guess I don't know. He's just awesome like that. So, I finished his socks that he's been so super excited about getting. I finished them, and he was going to wear them to work today, and I was like, no, please don't. Please don't do that, because I really want to show these socks off, because I'm so excited. So, I will start off with finished objects, because, he really wants to wear these, and I don't want to keep him from wearing them tomorrow. So, here they are. You remember these. These are the ones that I told you that I was knitting on abnormally big needles. Maybe it was either a 2 or a 3. Huge, huge needles for socks. But I was going for lovely, comfortable, warm socks. Don't you love this? Look at that. I love the variegation in the transition of colors is just so pretty. In fact, I'm saying that right here is where the yarn had there was a knot in the yarn, so that one isn't as pretty. But see, this one isn't. This one's lovely. See if I can get the colors to do right. It's kind of dark in here today. And I don't know why, because today is the first day the sun's been out in weeks. I'm not even lying. Crazy pants. So yes, I finished his wonderful socks. Very excited about that. These are one of the first things to fly off my needles after I talked to you guys last time. So, Russ, you can have them back now. I won't take them again. They're yours. The other thing that I finished that I'm actually really kind of excited about, because this was a yarn that I really love, and I didn't know what to do with it. I've already told y'all that I don't like putting really, really pretty sock yarn on my feet or anybody's feet. I'm just kind of weird like that. So my sock yarns usually become things that can be seen. And what was this one called? Kimmery's Knit Knacks. And it's in I think I said this name wrong the other day. It's called Fancy a Game of Clue. I thought it said something about family game night. It's not. It's Fancy a Game of Clue. And that explained the colors a little better because it's like, you know, Professor Plum and Colonel Mustard and all that. It's the one that I like because it reminded me of Mardi Gras colors. So if you remember that, I was knitting it into a cowl, which at the time that I showed it to you guys, it was just like a big tube. I finished it. Let's see, let me get it the right way. Okay. So this was a ginormous tube. And what I did was I seamed it together. But before I seamed it together, I put a 1.5 in it so that when you put it on, see, it just sits better with that twist in it. Like I had it flat and I had clipped it together with some of the stitch markers that, you know, the kind that are like safety pins. Yeah, those. I used those to put them together. And I had it flat and it just didn't sit as nicely. So I put like a 1.5 in it and now it sits like this. Y'all, oh my gosh, it's so wonderful. So this is going to be my Mardi Gras scarf. Really excited about that. Love it. Can you see how pretty it turned out? I'm not sure if you can see the sparkles or not. I'm thinking you can see the sparkles. You'll just have to trust me. There's pretty, pretty sparkles in it. And it's lovely. And it's done. And I love it very, very much. And all I did was cast on, I want to say it was 92. Yeah, I think I cast on 92 and then just round and round. Made a big old tube until I got to the end of the yarn and bound off and then put the 1.5 in it and then seamed it together with just a mattress stitch. And I was kind of worried about that. Like I should have done a provisional cast on and done my due diligence so that I could Kitchener it together. But yeah, y'all, I'm just like way too lazy for that. Like way too lazy for that. Sorry, I had to have coffee. Haven't had any this morning. So it does have a seam in it, but honestly, it just doesn't bother me that much. So I'm okay with it. And it was such a fun knit. It's one of those knits that it's so mindless and so brainless, even more so than socks. Like it's that crazy easy. Like it's the thing that I like to like take to the movies or sit in church and knit it. Or like last night, we we were watching Final Destination 5 in 3D. So we're sitting there watching this movie in the house, and of course you got 3D glasses on, so I had to put my contacts in because, you know, it's like that. And it's kind of hard to knit and watch a 3D movie, and we had it really dark in the house. But you know what you can knit? Really, really mindless things that are stocking net tubes. So before we started the movie, I'm like, y'all gotta hold up because I need to put another one of those on the needles. So I did. It's kind of my brainless knitting right now. And so I went and found a beautiful skein of October House. And I love, love, love this yarn. This is our Sojourn sock in September Fields. And it's 460 yards, superwash merino and nylon, obviously. Supposed to be a sock yarn. But no, not for me. Look how pretty this is. Isn't that gorgeous? Like, I just love the colors. They're just so serene. They kind of remind me of spring. I think maybe it's because I'm really, really over winter and want it to not be winter anymore. And so this is making me happy. So I cast on, and I did go down a needle size this time. Last time I used size 8s, and this time I'm knitting them on size 7s. And same thing. In fact, I even put on a few more stitches than this one because this one is 438 yards and the September Fields is 460. So I went ahead and added a few stitches and went down a needle size just to give it some sturdiness. Let me see if I can. So it's knitting up really lovely. It's kind of hard to show. It's like when I tried to show you guys the last one, it's kind of hard to show because it's really small right now. But you can see how it's going to do. And when it's done, I'm hoping for the same thing as this. So yeah, this is going to be my mindless knitting. This is my fun knitting. This is we're watching movies and chilling out, or I'm in a space where I can't pay attention. A lot of times like knit night. It's kind of hard to knit things that you have to think about when you're also trying to visit with your friends. So this is my new secret weapon. I'm excited about that. If I'm not explaining it properly and you really are curious about how to do it, then just PM me. It's fine. I'm on Instagram as Tishnits and on Ravelry as Tishnits33. So reach out to me. Of course, the best way probably is to leave a message under YouTube because that texts me or it emails me when I get those. So that's a little bit easier. Also, okay, so I have to say this. My Mardi Gras cowl was in a bag that a friend of mine made. I love this bag. It's so awesome. But my daughter gave me this. And she went to Washington, D.C. With the student council kids this year. And she won a leadership award where she got to give a speech and do some really cool things while she was there. It was really awesome. But one of the things she got to do was go to the Holocaust Museum. And oh my word, it impacted her so much in such a wonderful way. And I love that she got to do that. But this is what she brought me back, and it's from the Holocaust Museum. What you do matters. I love that. Speaks volumes. I don't even have to talk about it because it speaks all volumes to itself. So next we have, okay, so this is where I've been in my knitting. All about some Christmas socks, okay? I know it's only February, and that's crazy, but I have always knit Christmas socks for everybody in the house, and I totally failed last year. Like, for the first time in a very long time, I didn't knit Christmas socks. And I didn't really think it mattered. I didn't even really think that anybody noticed, to tell you the truth, until Christmas Day came around, and everybody's like, but where's our socks? Yeah, bad mom moment. So, quite focused on that and not going to let that happen again this year at all. So what I did was I put on everybody's Christmas socks on the needles. Well, I've got almost every, I only have 3 sets of needles that I can knit, sock knitting needles. So all 3 of those are busy right now. And as they come off, I'll put the other 2 on. So right now, these are Russ's. And he gets the precious mustache yarn. Oh, love this stuff. Amazing. And it's the Ritz Sock self-striping in the ever so coveted Dark Side of the Moon. Yeah. Yeah. He's a lucky, lucky boy. Okay. So I've already scanned it up, obviously. So I think, yeah. Did kind of a messy job of caking this up lately, huh? Not doing good at that. But as you can see, it's gorgeous. There is sparkle in it as well. So here's where we are. And just look how beautiful this yarn is. I mean, seriously, this stuff is just gorgeous. I love it. It makes me happy. And this is just my standard 72. So there's nothing fancy about it. Just, you know, I do the inch of ribbing at the top and then just go straight down. I'll do the Fish Lips Kiss Heel the same way as always. Nothing fancy, but do you need fancy with this yarn? I mean, come on. If I did anything fancy to it, it would just take away from the yarn. It's just so pretty. Yeah. So these are his Christmas socks. So I've been like chugging away at that. And just so you know, I actually, these were a lot farther along and I was doing toe up and decided that I did not want to do toe up. And I mean, seriously, guys, I was like this far into both socks and completely frogged them. And my daughter was like, why? But why? I'm like, because I'm not happy with them. And when you knit socks this beautiful for people that you love, you really just want them to be nice and perfect. If they were for me, it would be different. I'd be like, yeah, whatever. But they're not. They're not for me. So, yeah, I frogged them completely and had to start them over. But it's worth it because now I'm very, very happy with them. And every time I take them out of the bag, I'm excited to see them, not upset. So, now this is my bag of Christmas socks here. I've actually got four pair of socks. Well, 4 socks in here, 2 pair. So, I've got this Christmas yarn. Now, this is what I knit. I knit the boys. I love my boys. I do. And it's not that they're not knit worthy. It's not that they're not sock worthy, but they are boys. One's a teenager, one's a preteen, and they're rough on things. So when I knit their socks, it's usually going to be out of something that you can get from Hobby Lobby or Michael's. And this one is Red Heart, Heart and Soul, which is actually a really nice yarn, and it's very sturdy. Oh, there's the color. Christmas. That's the name, Christmas. So theirs are going up, and they've gotten, it's so funny. They have gotten so big now that I'm having to knit their socks as big as their dad's. It's kind of crazy pants. Used to, it was so much easier to knit kids' socks because they were smaller. And yeah, not anymore. Not anymore. So, yep. Standard socks with theirs as well because, you know, again, with this kind of yarn, fancy would have been weird because you'd have missed all the beautiful, you know, self-striping yumminess that it has going on in it. I really like it. I like the way this is coming up, like this little faux Fair Isle thing. I don't know, really liking it. So these are going. That's boy sock. Now I've got Lainey's socks going, and I love the way these are coming out. These are making me happy, y'all. This is Colored by Christy, and she's a hand dyer out of Arkadelphia, Arkansas. And it is there not a name for it? Well, I call it Christmas, but she just gives you it's a 4-stripe repeat, and she gives you the colors, which you can see are amazing. Okay, so this is the yarn. Very Christmassy, right? And let me tell you, this yarn is really lovely, and it's knitting up beautifully. Now see, my girl child has teeny tiny little feet, like teeny tiny little feet. We actually have a hard time buying her shoes. So, yeah. These are her socks, and I've already turned the heel on hers. She is not a big fan of uber tall socks, so which is kind of sad because there's so much of this yarn that I could have made like amazingly tall socks. So I don't know, we'll see. I like keeping my sock scraps anyway because why not? There's always something you can do with sock scraps. There's so many like patterns of blankets and stuff, and there's always a friend doing that you can give your sock scraps to, so that it's not like they go to waste. So it's okay. It's okay. But these are hers, and I love it. And of course, you know me. So, as you can see, all of my sock needles are absolutely taken right now by Christmas socks. I will not fail this year. I will not fail. I will not fail. I will have Christmas socks. So, and not only have I gotten a lot of knitting done lately because of the rain, I've got a lot of knitting done because we've had like a drastic change take place in our household. And that is that Lainey is driving, and not just driving, like leaves the house by herself in the car and is gone. Y'all, she's my first. She's my first baby, and it's uncanny. Within 1 week, I mean, she's been driving for a while in the sense that, you know, you have to go through the process of teaching them to drive, get the permit, and but now she's got a license, she's been driving to school, and then she went and got a job. She's like a contributing member to society. So, because of that, she's got my car. So I'm a little bit more trapped than I'm used to. So I'm getting a lot of like, you know, cleaning and knitting and TV watching done that I would normally do. So yeah. So that's kind of a really interesting new dynamic, to say the least, to the family. But yeah. So because of that, I've also cast on another project. I always have a lot of projects going on. It's just who I am. I'm kind of a little ADD when it comes to knitting. I'm not one person that likes to sit and knit on one thing. I'll usually sit down with at least 3 project bags so that I can kind of cycle around. But right now I've got so many projects next to me that I literally had to put them in a basket because, yeah. So I pulled this one out of deep hibernation. Honestly, I forgot it was on my needles. That's how crazy this is. I totally forgot it was on my needles. But I found it last night. And you will remember this. I remember talking about this with you guys, like way back when. Because I always said it wrong. I always said the dolly, and it's not, it's the dotty. And it's really hard to see the picture. I tried to find better pictures. It's obviously just a regular crescent shaped shawl, but what you can't see there are holes in it, like yarn overs that make, and of course I'm in the middle because I seem to do that with this shawl. But as you can see, yeah, you can see it. You can see the yarn overs. Yeah. So next time I show it to you guys, I'll try to not have it in the middle of a row because it's actually coming along quite nicely. It's I'm this far into it. I'm probably not so far along that it's not time to start thinking about the ruffles at the edge. But I'm using a rainbow yarn here that is Magic and Moonshine. They're no longer dyeing yarn from what I know. It's the Walu colorway. There it is. I was going to say, it doesn't say 400 yards, 100% merino. But it's really nice, lovely yarn. I'm to the blue. And, well, actually, I'm to the purple. And what you can't see is I just started the purple, but in the middle, the last color is going to be blue. So I am actually almost done. It's going to be wonderfully bright and sunshiny. I think I'm being drawn towards things that are like very spring-like and very happy colors. Because like I said, really, really, really over this weather. Like so over the weather. So sorry about not recording last week. I really promise I am going to get on a better schedule, but you know, still kind of a balance going on and that's okay. Hopefully the crazy weather's over and whatnot. So I hope everything is happiness in y'all's world, and I cannot wait to talk to you guys again, and which should probably be about, you know, I'm thinking like the 14 days is kind of working for me right now, maybe more, maybe less, kind of depending on how long I get trapped in the house, because, you know, but either way, love spending time with you guys, and cannot wait to see you again, and don't forget, always be awesome. Bye, guys.